Thanks, Brian. There's so much going on all across TCU Athletics, so with the updates and more, hang tight for this week's Texas Health and Sports Medicine Sports Report. Starting off, women's golf has now won back-to-back tournament titles as they took home the top spot this past weekend in the Jim West Challenge. Now the Frogs shot under par in all 3 rounds and set a new school record of a 54-hole 11 under 853. Now the Frogs look to carry this momentum as they travel to Cabo this weekend at the Battle at the Beach. Now moving on to women's soccer, who fell short to Texas Tech in penalty kicks at the Big 12 tournament this past weekend. Now the Frogs are 5-3-1 in conference play and await their fate in the NCAA tournament as the teams are announced early next week. And make that 12 wins in a row for women's rifle, who beat VMI this past weekend, and the Frogs checked in at the #2 spot in this week's poll. Now they have an off week, and then they host West Virginia next week when they're back on the range. And moving on to women's equestrian, who took home 3 of the 4 MOP honors this past weekend in their meet against Baylor, but sadly fell short 10-8. Now the Frogs have taken home 11 of the 12 MOP honors from this regular season. That means they won all but 1 MVP for each event all this season. And the Frogs look to rebound from their loss against Baylor as they host Oklahoma State tomorrow at Turning Point Ranch. And finally, men's and women's basketball season is less than 1 week away. And earlier today, I caught up with a women's basketball player to preview this season ahead. I'm joined now with Kiana Ray from our women's basketball team. The season under a week away now. How excited are you for the season to come?
I mean, we've been waiting for this since last season ended, really, so we're very excited that we're under a week.
And you guys have 8 players returning, 5 of those are starters, one of you being one of them. How has this offseason been kind of preparing? And you have that veteran leadership, it kind of seems like.
Yeah, we've really just been trying to instill what we've already created into our younger players and just making sure that they're able to pick up and kind of lead by example, basically. And yeah, just making sure that we have a high work ethic among us all the time and just still having fun while doing it.
And I'm sure that work ethic starts at the top with your head coach, Reagan Peebley. What has she kind of brought to you guys in this program?
Oh gosh, she brings a joy to the game, and she always just kind of shows us her passion about the game, but also just about us and her players. And her wanting the best for us off the court just really empowers you on the court and just allows you to have that confidence to go and make mistakes if you need to, and you're going to be okay after that. So.
And you guys are entering this season with your highest preseason Big 12 ranking ever since you guys joined the conference at the 4th place spot. Kind of balancing those goals or expectations for this season, kind of shutting that noise out. How are you guys kind of?
Yeah, we kind of just don't really pay attention to that. I don't think that we've ever really been a team to pay attention to what the outside thinks, just because at the end of the day, it's all about what we bring to the court, and we show up or we don't. So those rankings, it's kind of cool to see, at the moment, but then it kind of doesn't matter, the second after.
It's good to see your hard work paying off at the same time. It's like the hard work never stops.
Exactly, exactly.
So I want to know more about you. When did you start playing basketball? Where did your love from the game come from?
My mom actually played basketball for her whole life, basically. So I kind of just think I picked up after her. I've been playing for as long as I can remember. There's pictures of me where the ball is bigger than my head. But it's kind of just been basketball the whole time. I mixed in volleyball a little bit, but other than that, it's been all basketball. And yeah, I think I just kind of grew up wanting to be like my mom. So that first started with basketball.
And you were saying she's going to come to this first game. Does she ever miss a game of yours? She's always here?
No, she's always, every home game here she'll be at. We live in Austin, so any close ones to there, she'll be there. But no, she never misses a game.
I love that. Basketball has always been a part of your life.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Kiana, thanks so much for the time. We're looking forward to this season for you guys. And the Ladylike campaign, I'm loving it for this season.
Yes, we're so excited.
Thanks for the time, Kiana. Now stay tuned. There's more to come after this on Horned Frogs Nation.